Good morning. Welcome to JP's Morning Brief. As I get started here, how y'all doing today? I'm feeling a little bit better, not coughing as much. Um, yeah, I barely went to church last night, so just basically bear with me. Still bringing hot chocolate with me um, into the studio. I went to bed early last night. Didn't even didn't even bother. Man, am I live on screen yet? Well, let's continue this. Okay, so welcome to the morning brief. I'm sure I am live out there somewhere. It's just swirling around. Uh, Let me refresh it one more time just to see what happens. Hmm. Okay. Well, I know I'm live. All right. So it'll catch up to me. So welcome. As we get started this morning, don't forget to click that follow button and then um, give us a like. And then if you get a chance, chat with us. Like right now, I'm gonna put an American flag in the chat button in the chat spot, whatever we call it. I do know I'm live because it just recognized that I put it on there. All right, so yeah, welcome to the JP's morning brief for America 250. Just forgive me if I start coughing again. I ain't. This is the first I've spoken all morning. Um, I'm not sick. I just got a cold, a cough. Um, so I got a letter here from John Adams to Charles Lee for the 19th of February, 1776. And before we get started, in 1846 on this day, Texas officially became a state as the president, President Taylor, uh, gave the reins of government over to the first governor of the state of Texas, and I cannot remember who that is. I can tell you in like a most rickety tick. Go to the bottom of this is why it's good to get the Texas scorecard. 1846 on February 19th, Republic of Texas became the state of Texas during the ceremony in Austin. The Republic of Texas's last president, Anson Jones, I was wrong on that one, turned over control of the newly organized state government to Governor James P. Henderson. He is the first governor of the state of Texas. All right. And then Texas will again lift its head and stand among the nations. It ought to do so. No country upon the globe can compare with its natural advantages. See, there we go. That's a quote from uh, Sam Houston. All right. All right. So let me go back up here. We're still in the middle of. What is the deal? Okay. I'm slightly concerned about what's going on with my life. All right, but let's continue on. I'll deal with this a little bit later. All right, so from John Adams to Charles Lee, my dear sir, the Congress have been such a necessity of an able commander in Canada as to destine you to the most arduous service. I tremble for your health. Yet I hope the campaign rather promote it than otherwise. We want you at New York. We want you at Cambridge. We want you in Virginia. But Canada seems more important than any of those places, and therefore you are sent there. I wish you as many laurels as Wolfe and Montgomery reaped there. with a happier fate, health, and long life after a glorious return. But I am ashamed to go in such a strain when writing you to you in whose time is so much better employed than in reading it. When I took up my pen only to introduce you to the acquaintance and countryman of yours and citizen of the world, it is, oh wow, there I am, okay. To whom a certain heretical pamphlet called Common Sense is imputed. His name is Paine. He is traveling to New York for his curiosity and wishes to see a gentleman whose character he so highly respects. A luckier, a happier expedition in yours to New York never has projected. The whole Whig world is blessing you for it, and none of them more than your friend and servant, John Adams. That was a short little letter. I got a longer one, and it's better for the day at noon. I just want to give you a little taste of John Adams, one of the future presidents of the United States. All right, so as we march through, we have to do this real quick. There we go. Dalmatian Texas burgers. They are smash burgers right here in Texas. All their ingredients are fresh and homemade, and they're located on the west side of Copper's Cove behind Bush's Chicken. All right, give them a try. They're open for lunch 11 to 2 and for dinner from 5:30 to 7. All right, so Dalmatians, and I recommend Armadillo. Okay, so back to that. All right, had to give them a quick shout out this morning. So as we march through this morning, because we're getting closer and closer to 7 o'clock. Let me refresh again here. There we go. Give me a second here. I'm just steadily getting focused here. There it is. Had to make sure I'm ready for the raid also. There I go. All right. So, Miss Guthrie. The update I have on Miss Guthrie is not very much coming out this morning. I'll put her picture back up here so you can see the evil hoodlum on the right that they're trying to find right now. They got into her house and snatched her up. She's been gone 19 days, I think it is now. 19 or 20 days. What I have on terms of an update, they came out, the what do you call it? The reward is up to $200,000. The sheriff over in Pima County, he says he won't slow down or worry until the tips slow down. And I heard also that the FBI really wants to become lead on this investigation. There's not much coming out right now. A congresswoman from that congressional district, her name is Adelia Grilava. She's concerned social media users who have been speculating online about Nancy Guthrie investigation, saying they are hurting the investigation and should let law enforcement do their job. Speaking to reporters in Arizona on Wednesday, the congresswoman said she wished we would stop having these people that have fallen in social media platforms as if they are investigators. I do think they're hurting the investigation. We have people sort of throwing out descriptions that don't even resemble the description that they've put out in the county sheriff's department. We really do wish they would let law enforcement do their job, because ultimately We want to bring Nancy home. She's just another stupid Democrat politician, doesn't know what she's saying or doing. She just needs to go away, go back to Washington and shut her trap up, because over and over and over again, the law enforcement out of Tucson, the FBI and the county have been saying over again, please send us tips. Please send us tips. There's nothing being solved in this case. How does someone disappear off the face of the earth and no one's saying it's a burglary, no one's saying it's a kidnapping, no one's saying nothing. They just say she's gone. This is utterly ridiculous. And to have a stupid politician to tell us people that have platforms out here, to shut our trap because we don't know what we are doing, every single little tip we can bring to the forefront helps get us one step closer to bringing that lady home to her daughters and her son. When you have a lawyer from Milwaukee put up $100,000 of his own money to add to the reward, and this congresswoman won't do jack to help the whole situation but criticize everyone, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the kind of people we don't need representing us at all. I don't want to get in a tangent because this is such a tragic situation of an 84-year-old woman missing off the face of the earth, and no one seems to know where she is, when she left, or what happened to her. All we all want is answers. Miss Savannah and her sister Annie and her brother all want answers and want their mom brought home. This congresswoman, Adelia Grava, just needs to go away. Just go away. Put some duct tape across your mouth, shut up, and go away. I'm done with that, man. Okay, I'm sorry I went on a tangent, but there are some stupid people out there. Man, I can't believe that. Man. Okay. And see, I scroll down here, 9 hours ago, women. Pima County Sheriff's Office featured in docu-follow TV series. Oh, come on. So I'll have you more of an update at noon, okay, when we go back to it. Sorry about going off on a tangent like that, but I can't. All right, so let's see, Florida. Somewhere in Florida, the president of a Florida insurance brokerage firm and CEO of a marketing company were sentenced Wednesday to 20 years in prison for leading a sprawling $233 million Affordable Care Act fraud scheme that preyed on Florida's most vulnerable residents, including homeless and jobless individuals and newly displaced hurricane victims, to pocket millions in unearned commissions. See, more lying schemesters out there. Corey Lloyd, 46, of Stuart, Florida, and Stephen Strong of Mansfield. I know exactly where Mansfield, Texas is. A lot of my relatives come from Mansfield. Were convicted of conspiracy and fraud for the roles in the scheme, which involved lying and falsifying government forms to obtain coverage for individuals, and lying to or bribing would-be enrollees to sign up for plans, even when they knew doing so would cost them their existing insurance coverage. In addition to their prison time, the pair were ordered to pay $180 million in restitution to their victims. Lloyd and Strong profited handsomely for years from the scheme, Justice Department officials said, using the proceeds to purchase luxury vehicles and an 80-foot yacht and an oceanfront home in the Florida Keys. preying upon medically and compromised consumers to rob hundreds of millions of taxpayer-funded programs is evil and unforgivable, Attorney General Pam Bondi told Fox News Digital. Here we go again. Thieves, schemesters, fraudsters, bribery, man, and to say that one of these guys is from one of the towns my relatives from, this is ridiculous. You know what? When the president said several weeks ago he wants to take the Obamacare insurance stuff out of the hands of the insurance companies and put them directly into the hands of the American public as part of health savings accounts, that makes complete sense, because it'll be in a protected account that consumers, Americans, can use when they need it for their medical practices to help pay for their insurance that they need without paying premiums, these expensive, costly, fraudulent schemes that are pure profit to a lot of these insurance executives. This is case in point. $250 million. That's with a B, capital B. I might have done it backwards. I don't know. It's too early in the morning. This is why we need reform in the Obamacare thingamajig. What do they call it these days? Okay, but it's still Obamacare to me. All they do is rip people off. I had an employee that he could barely afford to even buy his. He said, I need insurance. He went to get insurance through the exchange. It cost him even more money to be insured than it cost him to be treated. It was ridiculous. And I'm not lying about that. So you take it as you want. The president also slammed Wes Moore, the governor of the fake Bronze Star recipient, Wes Moore from Maryland, and launches a federal effort to protect the Potomac River from the historic spillage spill. President Donald Trump ordered an all-of-government effort to protect the District of Columbia's water supply and slammed Maryland Governor Wes Moore as a sewage pipe interceptor ruptured in Cabin John was released an estimated 300 million gallons of sewage into the Potomac River. The break was first noticed on security cameras off Claire Barton Parkway, just north of the district, on January 19th, and within several days, crews in D.C. water pipe were able to segregate much of the spill into the paralleling C&O Canal. Great. I know where that is, too. The pipe takes water, wastewater from several towns in the Dulles International Airport area all the way to Washington, where it is processed further downstream at the Blue Plains Advanced Water Treatment Center in Anacostia, D.C. I know where that is. That's a naval station. There, the massive ecological disaster unfolding in the Potomac River as a result of the gross mismanagement of local Democrat leaders, particularly Governor Wes Moore of Maryland, Trump said on a Truth Social late Monday. This is the same governor who cannot rebuild a bridge. That's the bridge, the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Oh, there it is. It's clear local authorities cannot adequately handle this calamity, and so he's directing an all-out effort to save the waterway and the C&O Canal also. All right. So Wes Moore decides he wants to blame the president. The president says, I don't care, we're doing something about it. You're worthless as it is. So the president's right. It's the responsibility of the wastewater architectures inside of Maryland. How is it the government's responsibility to take care of the waterway outside the District of Columbia's border when it's in Maryland itself. And then they redirected the spillage into the C&O Canal, the historic C&O Canal. I've ran countless miles down its running strips preparing for races I used to do when I was in the Army. They destroyed beautiful, beautiful wild areas. I can't even think of what it's. I'm on a tangent now. Okay, I need to relax before I have a heart attack or something. All that's said and done is Wes Moore needs to stop thinking about politics and more about doing to take care of his state. He's stupid. He's worthless. I can't believe y'all actually elected the guy to be your governor. But hopefully this can be fixed. 300 million gallons. Now, take that in comparison. The Deepwater Horizon oil spill in the middle of the Gulf of America was 200 million gallons. This is 300 million. The Exxon Valdez spillage in Valdez, Alaska was only 10 million, and they blew gaskets about it, right? This is 300 million gallons of flushed toilets, okay? Man. And then, where is the rest of that one? Oh. Okay, I thought I stapled this. Man, I missed it. Okay, well, in New Hampshire, if I can get the paper. Okay. Kelly Ayotte. Well, if you didn't know, in New Hampshire they have, what are we at, 652. In New Hampshire, they elect their governors for 2-year terms. So every 2 years, they got to get reelected. 2 years ago, Kelly Ayotte, she used to be a senator in the state of New Hampshire, she was elected. She's going up for a reelection right now. She has a competitor, a Democrat. And Democrats think they have what it takes to defeat her because the Republicans have been in charge in New Hampshire for 10 years. But I won't even say the name of the lady that was running against her because Kelly Ayotte needs to be reelected. So what if you're living in New Hampshire, back her and let's get her reelected, just like Chris Sununu was reelected 2 years. He's got 4 2-year terms behind him, and then Kelly Ayotte got elected when he finished out his governorships. Right, so give her your utmost and complete support, and let's get her going. Okay, she was a really good senator. All right, so what we're looking at, we're at 653. At 12, I'm going to talk about this also. Mamdani was designated by Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank as the real estate agent of the year in New York City, because he's going to cause an awful lot of people to move. They're going to move to Pennsylvania. They're going to move to New Jersey. They're going to move to Florida. They're going to move to Texas. All right? Because they want to tax each other into oblivion. And then another article I'm going to read about is the federal judge rules Buffalo Wild Wings can keep their boneless wings on the menu. Some knucklehead thought it was fraudulent that they said you get boneless chicken wings, which we all know they're chicken tenders, like chicken breasts cut up and breaded and, no bones in them, right? This guy actually thought that that boneless chicken wings, someone went out and pulled the bones out of the chicken wings. Matter of fact, I think chicken wings are dark meat. I'm pretty sure of it. All right. If I'm wrong, let me know. Put something in the chat. I only got about 5 minutes left on the live version of this, but I do believe chicken wings are dark meat and boneless chicken wings are white meat. All right. So at least I'm getting on a lot of move. Okay, guys. We have elections still going on in Texas through the 27th on early vote and on the 3rd of March for the actual primary day. Get out there and vote if you're in Texas. We've had over 1,000 people in 2 days vote in Coryell County, which is very good. One of the things we have on the ballot are, on the Republican ballot, are propositions here, right? And they're the conservatives from the state Republican Executive Committee for possible plank initiation, right? I'm planning to vote yes on all of them, except for number one, and I have concerns about that one, about the property tax. Because how would you fund your city and local governments? And also, what would keep someone from selling a house for $5,000 and that's all they'd ever be taxed at? All right. So we'll go off on that one. We also have, I'm skimming through because I'm running out of time because I'm going to raid over to Vince in a few minutes. Let's see. Transition. We have the Lincoln Reagan dinner here in Coryell County this Saturday at 6 o'clock in Gatesville at the Texas Station Event Center. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is our featured speaker. And buy tickets with the QR code, or go to the show notes on the podcast, and they will be there. You click on it, and you can buy your tickets. Or if you want to leave a donation, which is very needed, so we can help fund Republicans through the election cycle, you can do that too. Okay. Scheming toward the end here. All right. So here we go. All right, so thank y'all very much for tuning in today on this stuff right here. And then what else was I going to tell you? There's stuff going on. I just looked at the Texas scorecard. I will have some articles on the Texas scorecard on it also. So y'all can actually see what's going on here. Remember, the day is Texas Statehood Day. This is the day we became a state. If you didn't hear me at the very beginning of the broadcast, this is the day President Jones gave authority from the Republic of Texas to Governor Henderson of the state of Texas, and we became a state. I believe we became the 28th state in the union. All right, and that was 180 years ago today. All right. So, see, you get some really cool history lessons from James. I'm not all stupid and sick and stuff like that. I'm just riled up about these stupid Democrats. They just irk me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look on their ballot initiatives and see what kind of proposition they have on theirs, because ours are really good. I bet they're sucked to the highest. All right. So, if you want to find me on my socials, you can find me on X, on Facebook. You can find me on ScrewTube and on True Social. And I have an email address at gp8report@gmail.com. I look at it. So if you want to send me an email, go for it. I would like for y'all to be able to actually follow the page, follow the JP8 report, which is I do every day at noon for an hour, unless I'm dead from coughing my lungs out. Okay, so, but other than that, that's all I have for this morning, because if I go too deep into it, I'm just going to run out of time. All right. I appreciate y'all giving me a few minutes of your morning to give you a rundown on what's going on. Thank y'all very much. Okay, just keep praying for me that I keep getting better and better and better. All right. So this is James Pierce. I'm signing off. I'm going to go to do the raid. First, I got to put raid in there. On Rumble, you got to go /RAID spacebar, and then you got the page you want to raid over to there. So it's 6:59. I will see y'all at 12 o'clock. I'm going to go to my end page, and I'll catch you on the flip side. I'm out. Raid has been initiated.